Good morning, everyone. We want to welcome you to this fantastic moment. On a fantastic day, the weather really cooperated, didn't it? And we're delighted to be here. There are lots of folks who are here with us, and I want to thank them for being here, and you will hear from some of them during this program. But this is yet another indication of the tremendous impact that cable has had on communications across the world. In 1986, I think it was 1986, BET moved into this building, and what a tremendous impact BET has had on communications, not only in this area but across the entire world. I want to thank Deborah Lee. She's unable to be with us today, the CEO of BET. I want to thank her for being such a gracious partner to us here in the District of Columbia. And we have Executive Vice President Paxton Baker, who you're going to hear from shortly, who, too, has been a great friend of ours. We are here at, remember this address, 1899 9th Street, Northeast. And this will be a part of the continued development of our own Office of Cable Television here in the city. You will hear from Eric Richardson, but I want to thank him for the job that he has done in leading the Office of Cable Television. I certainly haven't seen every public TV station in the nation, but I tell you what, if there's any better than us, they must be mighty good. So how about a big hand for OCT and the leadership there. One of the things that the Office of Cable Television has permitted us to do is really to increase, sustain, expand transparency in our government. When you go to Channel 13, you are able to see all the council hearings as many times as you want to see them. And then you can do them on demand also if there's something that you didn't get to see at the moment you wanted to see it. And, of course, the increasing variety of programming on Channel 16 is really second to none. I watch Channel 16 at times just to watch the programming that's on there because it really is quite competitive, and I want to thank all of those who are associated with both of those stations. There are lots of people. I see Ken out here, and I want to thank Ken for the great job he does, along with Eric. And then all the guys who deal with the cameras. They are everywhere. They are all over this city. They are hugely professional, and I've gotten to know them. They really are like friends, Eugene and Silas and Oscar and all those guys. They work a lot of hours, and they do a great job in making sure that we have a quality product. This is yet another addition also to Ward 5. We are working hard. Maybe our council member will be able to join us before the event is over, but we've been working very closely with him to continue to improve, the variety of living conditions here in Ward 5. How many of you have been to the Costco, which is right here in Ward 5? That is a fantastic experience. I go there sometimes just to see the tags in the parking lot. One of our 6 visions for economic development is to be able to end retail leakage. And that is a fancy term for saying that we want people who live in the city to be able to have opportunities to shop in the city and spend their money in the city. And I've gone there several times before I go in the store, and I ride through the parking lot. And what's really interesting is about half the tags are tags of people who live in the District of Columbia, but the other half are people who live in Maryland and Virginia. So we're not only ending retail leakage, we're helping to create retail leakage in other places, bringing those folks into the District of Columbia. We're getting ready. Tomorrow we're opening a new DMV here in Ward 5, right over on Rhode Island Road, which is a great example of transit-oriented development here in the city, where there's housing, there's retail, right next to the metro station. So, unless you just absolutely must have an automobile, there's no reason. If you live there, you just hop on the metro and go wherever you choose to, or you can get a car to go, and you can certainly make sure you have your driver's license now by going into the DMV. We had the dedication last week, and the official opening is tomorrow. The building that OCT will be moving into has been vacant for 10 years, and having OCT there is going to breathe new life into the building. And again, we'll be partnering with BET. One of the most important things is this continues a commitment of ours, and that is to be able to be an owned space rather than leased space. This is the 5th home for the Office of Cable Television, but it is the first home that they will have that they have actually owned. Some of you may remember when they were on 14th Street, and of course they're up in the UDC area at this stage. And once this is finished, and it will be just a matter of months, hopefully, before this is finished, they will be moving in here in their own home, owned. It's nothing like owning your own home, is it? So, again, we look forward where the opportunities may exist to be able to partner with BET on programming. What a fantastic organization BET is. Absolutely first class. A lot of us look forward to participating in the BET Honors when they occur in January. And then they have other events around the nation that are absolutely first class and superb as well. So now we are right in close proximity to BET in what used to be a BET building and now will be a District of Columbia building. One of the people who I've had the honor, the pleasure of working with is one of the top-ranking officials with BET. He is the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Centric, and he also really has done so much for our children here in the district also, programs at H.D. Woodson and other schools across the city. Please join me in welcoming a dear friend of the city and a dear friend of mine, Paxton Baker.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Mr. Mayor, thank you, sir. I am here on behalf of our chairman, Deborah Lee, who is traveling today and couldn't be here. So she asked me to extend her warmest regards to everybody here. BET is very excited about the Office of Cable Television moving into our neighborhood. We have been here founded in 1980, so a district company founded in 1980. And then this building here, groundbreaking started on it in the late or mid-80s and opening in 1988. And so we have a long history in Ward 5, very long history. We also have a history of collaborating a lot with the city. As the mayor mentioned briefly, we do a number of different programs throughout the year at schools. And it's something that we feel very, very, very important as a part of the BET is to be involved in our neighborhoods and in the education. I'm also on the DC Public Education Fund Board. And a lot of our colleagues, two of which are here, Mr. Lawrence Cooper over there and Mr. Quint Bowman, my assistant Jennifer Grant. All of us do everything from reading in public schools as well as volunteering throughout the year to make sure that we're a part of our community and make sure that we're helping raise young people correctly here in the district. As far as the space is concerned, we now have 3 buildings across the street. The main corporate building you can see just briefly right there rising up, 6 stories in the high with the glass front there. And we have another building, Studio 2 in the middle and Studio 3 in the corner. So we are well vested into Ward 5, and we will remain a part of this community for years and years to come. Along with that, we also collaborate with the Office of Cable Television. We do a project called The Great Debate. It's coming up on the 14th of April at the Lincoln Theater, and it is open to the public. So we hope that you all come in and participate with it coming up. We're also partnering with the United Nations this year on that project, and we're very excited about it. It's free and open to the public. I believe it's about 6 p.m. on April 14th. So we plan on doing a lot more. Eric Richardson has been a wonderful partner, and we look forward to collaborating, and even more so now that we'll be in the same neighborhood with each other, and they're in the building that we used to house. That was the original headquarters for Black Entertainment Television. So thank you so much. We're excited to be in Ward 5, and we'll remain so for quite some time to come. Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. You know, as I mentioned, Eric Richardson is our leader at OCT, and I know this is a great day for him. A great day not just because we're starting this project, but a great day because now each time he sees me, he won't have to listen to me about, okay, Eric, win. And he really has read and heard on this project, and that's why we're here today. And I think probably in a matter of about 6 months, maybe less, we'll actually be able to cut the ribbon on this new project. So please join me in welcoming the gentleman who leads the Office of Cable Television, Eric Richardson.
That is correct. I would run from the mayor when he had questions about the building, because I've been talking about this for about 3 years, but we made it happen, and we appreciate all of the support that Mayor Gray has given us in this process. And, of course, the outstanding team at the Office of Cable Television, I thank you and appreciate you for going through staff meetings month after month after month. We're finally here, and we're excited about that. And, of course, we'd like to thank BET, to Paxton, and the person I'd like to call the great negotiator, Mr. Lawrence Cooper, who negotiated with us to make this happen. It's a wonderful experience. And in 2007, when we started this process of exploring new spaces for OCT, we had to come up with a space that was a very, very good fit, a space that really covered the specialized needs of the Office of Cable Television. This space mirrors that. We have 2 studios in our current location, and of course we have 2 studios here. We're excited, of course, to be in a television-friendly environment that's going to really enhance what we do. As the mayor mentioned, we've been in several different locations. Some of you may remember the office started on Vermont Avenue to McPherson Square, then over to 14th Street, and then we're currently over at our location on Tilden Street, which is the former WJLA building. So we have this history of going into spaces where television once was, and we continue to make great television. This building is, again, that ideal fit for us for many different opportunities. As I was coming here today, music always plays in my head. Today, the song At Last was in my head. Thank you, Etta James. At last, we are here at this great location, and we have an opportunity, again, to focus on things that create quality television. I've always been told that television is a medium that should educate, inform, and entertain. We do that at the Office of Cable Television with the city events, with the schools channel. We just had the opportunity to rebrand our educational channel a couple years ago, and that process has been amazing. We have created a lifelong learning channel that is beneficial to the district residents, and that process has expanded because, of course, it was known as the schools channel, but every day is an opportunity to learn. So we wanted to take the lifelong learning approach. Also, over at our other channel, which is the District of Columbia Network, we've rebranded that, and we continue to focus on things on that channel. We like to make that channel what we like to call all DC all the time. So if you want to know what's going on in DC with the government, tune into that channel. If you want to know great restaurants, if you want to see lifestyle programming, it's right there on that channel. So we are definitely proud that the Office of Cable Television has a home in the district, and that cable television is very important to get information out. Not only are we on the television, but we also have content that is online, and will continue to do that. We're looking forward to great collaborations with BET and other media outlets in the city, and we want to just bring home the sentiment that when you have a home, it definitely means that you should be able to engage, that you should definitely be able to build community. And to that, I'm very excited to say, welcome home to the DC Office of Cable Television. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric. You know, this also will be much more convenient to be able to get to other parts of the city. I don't know that we're right in the center of the city, but we're pretty close to it. You know, we got New York Avenue right here, and the cable television now has to deploy itself all across the city. And getting from Tilden Street in Connecticut to other parts of the city is not as convenient as getting from here, or will be as convenient as getting from here all across the city. So this will be an added feature as well. You know, just about 18 months ago, we started an agency called the Department of General Services, and the purpose of it was to bring all of our construction activity in the district government under one umbrella. We had things everywhere. We had the Metropolitan Police Department doing construction, the Fire Department, the Department of Parks and Recreation, We had the office of OPM. We had DRES. We had every set of initials you can imagine. And it just seemed logical to bring them all together to try to create a more efficient operation. And really, I couldn't ask for a more superb job to have been done by DGS. And it's all been done under the leadership of a gentleman who has done an absolutely sterling job over the last 18 months. Please join me in welcoming Brian Hanlon.
Good morning, everybody. You're welcome for the weather. We brought this in for you. Again, I'm Brian Hanlon, Director of DGS, a lifelong Washingtonian, and I have to say, consider it a distinct honor to serve Mayor Gray, whose leadership and vision, I think, are really instrumental in making this city the strongest it's ever been. And, Mayor mentioned, the fact that this is an owned facility, and DGS manages the portfolio of the district's property. And any time we can take uses that are in leased buildings and put them into owned buildings, it ultimately is just a lot less expensive to own, and it's a much better use of our resources. So we're really proud to have that opportunity here. I want to say a note of thanks to a few people. One on our construction team. I've got June Locker and Ajay Hargrove over here. Ajay is going to be the project manager for this project. I think this morning we're also joined by VPN engineers and OTJ architects who have done the architectural and engineering work for this building, which we're targeting LEED certification, silver LEED certification rather. And we also have the builders, GCS Siegel, here. We're committed to, we're targeting 50% CBE participation for this project. All of our projects, legally we're required to, on capital expenditures, to spend at least 35% of our dollars for locally based businesses, but our track record is north of 50%, and we continue to push that envelope and keep those dollars in district-based companies' hands and to keep recirculating those. And the mayor talked about counting license plates over at Costco. I do the same thing when I'm at construction sites. Walk through, if I see a Maryland or Virginia or West Virginia tag, I go up and talk to somebody. So we continue to push that envelope. We know that our builders are committed to helping us achieve those targets. And again, I want to say thank you, of course, to Eric Richardson, who asked me just a moment ago to turn it back to him really quickly before we turn it back to the mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. I want to recognize someone else who actually asked not to speak. Isn't that rare? He is our Director of Communications, in whose purview is the Office of Cable Television. Please join me in saying a brief welcome to Pedro Ribeiro. All right, on this wonderful day, we're now going to move over to, I don't know, it's not exactly a groundbreaking, maybe it's a door breaking or a wall breaking or something that we're having today. But whatever it is, it will result in a brand new home for the Office of Cable Television. So why don't we all go over here? We will symbolically move a little bit of the dirt. Then we will move out of the way so folks can get to work and have this place ready in just a few months. Thank you all very much.
I thought about it, but safety first.
Where do you have there, sir?
I don't do hats. I learned that on the first groundbreaking. He's exempt. Special rules.
Can we get you all to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
On now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
this way real quick. There we go. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Fantastic. All right. September, you think, huh?